So you're a union guy, from what I remember. To me, I don't know. Some people are going to call me biased. I'm open about my bias. No, but I think Bernie dominated the debate. I think Warren was very good, but I think Bernie, I think Bernie dominated just because of how kind of stale he was the first debate. It was kind of like a guy that just kind of came out of a debate coma. I'm not saying a campaign coma, but he hasn't been like this in most of the debates. If you know status quo, I've been saying, Bernie, take off the gloves. What'd you think of him tonight?
Yeah, I agree. I think he did much better than the first debate. The four people at the bottom really took him on, but, when everybody wanted he to attack Warren, and Warren to attack vice versa, but didn't happen. And I thought that he was very strong, and he's going to pull further ahead.
And you're with the Sunrise Movement. I don't know. I don't really hear the moderators phrasing climate change as a crisis. Right. It seems to me they just ask it like any other policy question, but not specifically like it's a crisis. Do you think do you think the importance of it was really addressed tonight?
Not at all. There was about 8 or 9 minutes in this debate, and the second of the two debates, the last time there was 6 minutes total, and only 4 out of the 10 candidates got to answer in that one. There was maybe 7 or 8 of them answered it this time, I believe. I'll also say I'm also worked with DSA, and I'm from Grand Rapids, and there needs to be so much more of an emphasis on climate change, and it's just pathetic, and that was the point of what the Sunrise Movement did here in Detroit, to get climate change, to be the top issue, and instead, you heard it was first 45 minutes of Medicare for All, which is also very, very important, but, it was so slow moving for a long time and took forever before it finally came around just for a little bit.
Well, they're fracking the hell out of Michigan.
Yes.
You got pipelines going all over the Great Lakes. Obviously Flint, which Ty and I just had 2 meetings on yesterday. We didn't go live from the meetings for obvious reasons, but we'll have some news on Flint. Status quo is not stopping our coverage of the Flint water crisis. You'll have candidates who drop into Flint before a debate during the campaign and then forget it. We don't. We stay on Flint. Because to me, if an American city is poisoned by the government and then left to die after the fact, it's kind of a big fucking deal. That's just my opinion. I want to ask you, you looked at it was kind of like a really kind of shameful battle between like John Delaney, Bullock, basically telling you like, eat your broccoli. Like, don't dream of anything. We can't do big things. We can't even do sensible things. We can only do, like, what the non-existent moderate center will allow. I mean, the truth is there is no more center of the country. You're either on the hard right, on the left. The center is kind of middle ground. Hey, stick around. We're going to stick around. There's kind of just the right, the left. The middle is much less. But it seemed like a lot of the questions actually were framed to try and elevate moderates to go against Bernie. Did you kind of look at that?
And, there was a little bit of drown out, but I believe, I know Bernie called out the media for,
finally,
basically Republican talking points. Mm-hmm. And, Williamson at one point said, too, that I can't believe some of these candidates up here are Democrats. And so that was great to see. I hope that grasps people's attention and just says that we can put this Democrat-Republican bullshit away, and that it doesn't matter, like, CNN spending all their time to pretend like they're, to me, basically conservatives. And they pretend like they're in the middle or on the left, but it's, just corporate owned and whatever to make money.
And I think there's an important point, and frankly, if I got to be critical of one thing, Bernie's still not explaining Medicare for All the right way. So they're intentionally framing it as a middle class tax increase, right? So an increase is when something goes up, right? So I hate to borrow from a really, really terrible person, but if Bernie has to borrow Karl Rove's chalkboard, you put, here's $10,000 in tax increases on the left, right? Here's the $15,000 in what you and your family pay in health care premiums. You pay that $15,000 for money they take out of your paycheck for health care, co-pays, deductibles, co-insurance, hidden bills that come. So you got 15,000 up here. What is that? Is that a tax? Or it's called premiums, co-pays, and co-insurance. It's a tax. 10,000 down here is the tax increase, okay? If the 15,000 goes away and you're left with the 10,000, is that a tax increase or is that a tax cut? I'm not a campaign strategist. This is free advice. But stop allowing them to frame it as an increase.
Yes.
It's your plan. You have to explain how they're going to save money. But if you're saying the average family is going to save $4,000 to $5,000, stop saying, oh, they're going to save money on healthcare. No, they're going to save money total.
Yes.
Total. So you got 10,000 here in increases, 15,000 gone. That's a tax cut.
Yes.
And I don't understand why they're not describing it that way, because that's the truth. Because if you allow them to frame it as a middle-class tax increase, you're dead in the water. There's too many uninformed people. There's too many uninformed people, and there's way too many older people that watch CNN. Hope you enjoyed that last video. Hop on over to statusquo.com where you can sign up for our email list and become a member for as low as $5 to $10 a month. Membership is how we grow. That's statusquo.com/join. And remember, join our email list so we can grow the revolution with you.